Good morning.
早晨。
It is a good morning.
呢個係個好嘅早晨。
Yes. The winds have stopped. The winds, they've stopped.
嗰啲風已經停咗。
Yeah, the winds have stopped. Whenever they blow, I get a sore throat. Yeah.
Same to me.
Same with you.
Yeah.
Well, it is good for Gary and I to be with you again.
我想呢個 Gary 弟兄同我哋一齊。
I'm going to be teaching this morning about a subject I heard when I was just becoming a Christian.
我今日要同你講信息咧，就係我要講嗰個啱啱成為基督徒之後嗰個感受。
And it's called the Christian Secret of a Happy Life.
係一個做基督徒嘅秘密，點樣得到一個開心嘅一個人生。
Now,
秘訣。
I was only 19 years old.
嗰時我得19歲。
And this man was about 30 years old.
呢個人係大概30歲。
And there was a story about his life that really gripped me.
佢有一個人生嘅一個部分真係可以捉住到我。
Because it had to do with the power of salvation.
係關於一個被能力嘅得救，好有能力嘅一個得救係救贖。
His story goes like this.
佢故事係咁。
He had a daughter.
佢有個女。
15 years old.
15歲。
Whose name was Ruby, like a jewel.
個名叫做 Ruby， 好似嗰個石嗰個藍寶石。
A friend of theirs had a young man staying with them.
佢有一個年輕嘅男士，仲有一隻男仔。From
juvenile hall, he'd been a very riotous young man.
係一個 juvenile hall.
Juvenile hall, which is like for young people to go when they break the law.
Yeah. 就係嗰啲叫做懲教處嗰啲咁，即係一個 juvenile hall 係啦。
So this family took him out of juvenile hall to live with them.
咁咧就將佢喺懲教處度領出嚟之後，同佢一齊住。佢兩個。
And one night, Governor and his wife went out to dinner.
當佢同佢太太出去食飯嘅時候。
And Ruby was babysitting their younger child.
呢個 Ruby 咧就睇住佢嗰個小朋友喺。
And when they came home,
等佢翻嚟嘅時候
they found her dead on the floor.
就發覺個小朋友死咗。
She had been raped.
仲俾人哋強姦。
And killed with a hammer.
仲係用一個錘仔去殺死咗。
And when they investigated it, they found out it was this young man that had done it.
當佢哋去做咗呢個查完咗之後，發覺到就係呢個年青人去殺咗呢個女仔嘅。
Now the city they lived in is Yorba Linda.
佢就住喺 Yorba Linda。
Yeah. At that time, there weren't many homes. It was just hillside with trees and brush.
當時冇乜房間嘅喎，好荒蕪嘅，只係得啲樹啊咁樣嘅。
And so the sheriff drew a bunch of people together to go look for this young boy.
咁呢個警長咧就會帶咗好多人去搜索呢一個咁嘅年青人。
And this father prayed a prayer.
呢個父親咧就去咗個禱告。
He said, "Lord, let me find him because they will hurt him."
佢話等神啊，父神啊，等我揾到佢。如果唔係俾啲警察揾到佢，可能會傷害佢。
And God granted that prayer.
咁神就俾呢一個嘅。
The team he was with found the young boy.
佢咧就。
They brought him to the sheriff.
佢就揾到呢個年青人。
They put him in jail.
交警察局。
2 weeks later.
2個禮拜之後
this man went to the sheriff and said, "I want to talk to this boy."
咁呢個人咧就再去同呢個警長話，我要同呢一個年青人犯案嘅同佢講嘢。
The sheriff said, "We can't do that. You'll hurt him."
佢話個警長唔可以，因為知道你一定會傷害佢。
He said, "No, remember, I'm the one that found him."
佢話唔會嘅，記唔記得我揾到佢嗰時候都唔會傷害佢。
He went to the jail to talk to this boy about salvation in the name of Jesus.
佢竟然佢可以去到呢個 監獄裏邊咧，同呢一個年青人講咧，講實神
about God's love for him,
因為神愛佢，
even though he had done this terrible thing to his daughter.
甚至雖然佢做咗啲咁差勁嘅事喺佢個女兒身上，
He forgave the boy,
佢已經饒恕咗呢個年青人。
and he went every week to talk to him about Jesus.
佢每一個禮拜都會同呢個年青人去探佢，同埋講耶穌。
Over a period of 2 years, while the trial was going on,
當呢一個審判嗰2年嘅時間裏邊，佢都繼續咁做。
this young boy became an adult
呢個年青人變咗一個大人嚟嘅，
in the state of California, 18 yeyears old.
喺加州18歲以上嘅成年人。
And he was the last person killed in the state death penalty, under the death penalty.
佢最後一個咧被加州呢一個死刑嗰個判決裏邊嘅最後一個人，呢個年青人就係。
And this man, whose daughter was killed, he fought that system. He didn't want that man killed.
呢一個嗰個女兒被殺呢一個嘅父親咧，佢竟然為咗佢去繼續去為呢個喺呢個加州嘅法例咧去繼續去希望佢唔好被處死刑。
The first time I heard him teach
第一次聽到佢去教導嘅時候，
was on the Christian secret of a happy life.
就係講呢個基督徒嘅被。
I couldn't fathom somebody having that much love or forgiveness for somebody else.
佢仲有見到一個人可以咁充滿咗呢個饒恕
It
同
was
埋
beyond my ability at that time.
超乎咗我當時嗰個人生裏邊有可能可以接受得到。
So today we're going to go through a couple of scriptures to help you understand the power of salvation.
我哋今日一齊去睇聖經兩節聖經去明白咩叫做拯救嘅呢個能力。
Let's read this together.
我哋一齊嚟讀呢一個嚇。我1、2、3，我哋嚟啊！
我不以福音為恥，福音本是神的大能，要救一切相信的，先是猶太人，後是希利人。因為神的義正在這福音上顯明出來，這義是本於信，以至於信，如經上所示，義人必因信得生。
So the man that wrote these words,
個人寫呢一個
本書嘅人，
呢本書嘅人咧，
he had murdered people.
佢都有殺人嘅自己，
His name was Paul.
就係保羅。
And these words meant so much to him because he was forgiven for what he had done.
因為呢啲佢寫嘅嘢對佢自己好大意義，因為佢就係嗰個被饒恕嘅人。
And he was learning how to live a different life than what he had in the past.
佢就學習緊點樣重新去有一個新嘅生命。
Now this father, he also had lived a life that he was ashamed of.
呢一個父親，即係曾經講故事嘅父親，佢都會有一個自己覺得唔係好精彩嘅一個人生。
He had done many things that were evil.
佢做咗好多充滿咗罪惡嘅事。
But he heard the gospel of salvation.
佢聽到呢一個福音，得到呢一個拯救。
And so he, like the Apostle Paul, had just this strength inside because he was forgiven of his sin.
所以呢個父親就好似呢個保羅使徒咁樣，一樣係覺得神咧係饒恕咗佢嘅。
So that's why Paul says, I'm not ashamed of the gospel.
因為所以保羅就話我唔會以福音為恥。
Because this has the power to save people from hell, but also from living an evil life here on the earth.
所以咧就係佢可以有呢個大能咧去拯救人喺地獄裏面救出嚟，亦都喺世上去拯救人群。
So this gospel of Jesus Christ means good news.
呢個神嘅福音就係一個好消息，
Things can change in your life.
可以改變你嘅人生。
Horrible things that have happened to you, you can overcome those things. They don't have to control you anymore.
所有嗰啲可怖嘅事咧，都可以被改變，唔會再控制你。
Things that have been said about you or done to you, you can overcome them with forgiveness.
所有咧同你做過講過嘅壞事，全部都可以被饒恕。
If you believe in Jesus Christ and you've received forgiveness from God.
如果你信耶穌，你就會見到神嚟嘅饒恕。
Now, this man's life spoke to me.
呢個人嘅人生同我講。
One of the reasons I became a follower of Jesus.
就係成為我點解會跟隨耶穌嘅原因。
Because I thought if God is powerful enough to cause him to love somebody doing that much evil, I want to follow that God.
呢個就因為神嘅愛可以改變佢，令到佢去愛嗰個殺咗佢女嘅人，呢個就係神嘅大能。
So the gospel of Jesus is that God's love is for you no matter who you are or what you've done.
神嘅愛就係話，無論你幾差勁，你做咗啲咩，講過啲咩，佢都一樣咁愛你。
God wants to free you from your shame and any guilt that you carry.
神係要釋放你所有嘅罪惡同你所有嘅捆綁。
Any hurt that has been done to you, to free you from the burden of that.
佢會將你從呢一個捆綁當中釋放出嚟。
So it says that, for it's the power of God unto salvation to anyone who believes.
神嘅大能就係每一個人相信咧，都可以得到呢一個咁嘅救恩。
Anyone who believes.
每一個人相信都可以。
Does that mean, is anybody left out?
有冇人去被遺留咧？
No.
係冇嘅，
It's for everybody.
係每一個人嘅。
So you are not left out. I don't care what you thought, what you've done, what you've said. God's forgiveness is for you.
所以你係冇被留低嘅，無論你做咗啲咩，講咗啲咩，做咗咩壞事，神都會原諒你。
But God's ability also is for you to forgive others who have harmed you.
但係神一樣係要我哋咧去饒恕嗰啲傷害我哋嘅每一個人。
That you can get free of the unforgiveness, bitterness.
你可以由呢一個所有嘅不饒恕同埋一個苦毒當中，你都可以釋放出嚟。
That is the plan of God.
呢個就係神嘅計劃。
So when Paul says, I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Christ.
所以保羅知道話：我唔以福音為恥。
It is the power of God for salvation to everybody who believes.
係神嘅一個救恩，每一個相信嘅都可以得救。
To the Jew first, but also to the non-Jew.
同嗰啲猶太人或者唔係猶太人。
For in the gospel, a righteousness from God is revealed.
喺神裏邊嘅真公理咧係得到長存嘅。
What does that mean?
咩意思咧？
It means this.
就係咁嘅意思。
You don't have to try and work for salvation.
你唔需要去努力咁樣去為呢一個拯救而去工作。
Matter of fact, it says you can't earn it. There's nothing you can do to make yourself righteous before God.
因為你無論點樣做，你都唔會去做啱晒，去攞到呢一個救贖嘅。
So the Bible teaches that Jesus Christ came and died on a cross for you and me.
所以聖經話耶穌嚟呢個世上喺十架裏邊咧去死係為咗你同埋我哋去贖罪。
If you believe that God has died for me,
如果你相信神嘅耶穌為我哋死，
that in Jesus Christ the love of God was on the cross.
神嘅耶穌嘅愛咧就喺呢一個十字架裏邊顯明。
He said that belief frees you from sin and any of the burdens of evil.
因為你嘅相信就從你嘅仇敵喺魔鬼同埋當中咧係釋放出嚟。
It's like if you've been imprisoned by the guilt and shame, He frees you now. He opens those doors, you're free.
係因為你自己嘅罪惡同埋做得唔好，坐喺監嘅感覺咩？神會去釋放你出嚟。
Just like He did with His father. He forgave this father.
就好似呢一個父親故事裏邊嘅父親一樣。
This father lived in the love of God.
呢個父親係喺神嘅愛裏邊去居住當中。
He went everywhere telling people His story.
佢做每一個地方去講佢自己嘅故事。
That this young man had raped and murdered his daughter.
呢個咁嘅年青人去強姦咗同埋殺死咗個女。
But because he believed in Jesus, this forgiveness and love for this boy came on him.
因為佢相信，所以佢知道咗呢所有饒恕、所有嘅愛咧嚟到佢嘅身上。
It had to be a work of God. No human could do that on their own.
你有冇可能啦？當然只係神嘅能力先有可能令到佢咁做啦。
That's the thing I knew as a young man. That's not human to do that.
呢個就係我年青嘅時候覺得話人係做唔到嘅嘢。
What's human is to be bitter and try and harm that person back who harmed you.
如果係人嘅話，一定會覺得好受傷，去傷害翻呢個傷害我女嘅人。
We've all had those thoughts, right?
個個都會咁諗，係咪？
Yes.
We still do.
我仲係咁樣諗，係咪？
But in the gospel, because of the love of God, we can fight those thoughts.
喺福音裏邊，你知道係神嘅愛咧，我哋可以咁做。
Because if we don't, unforgiveness will harm us. It hurts us.
如果你唔咁做，你哋知唔知道呢個不饒恕係會不停咁樣傷害我哋？
If we have unforgiveness, it keeps us from living free of all those things.
有饒恕嘅話，就將我哋喺所有呢一啲嘅捆綁當中釋放出嚟。
And as God comes upon you and gives you love for people that don't deserve it,
神咧要經過你，透過你俾愛你，去愛嗰啲咧唔值得愛嘅人。
and as God gives you forgiveness to forgive people who don't deserve it,
俾饒恕呢個能力去饒恕嗰啲唔值得饒恕嘅人。
you will understand the depth of the love and forgiveness of God.
你就會明白咩叫死亡、黑暗同埋神嘅呢一個饒恕。
So I looked at this man teaching this concept, the Christian seeker of a happy life.
所以就呢位人聽或者裏面就學懂咗呢個點樣做基督徒嘅喜樂嘅人生。
And I realized it takes a work of God to live like that.
就係要神嘅話語。
But he was free from any bitterness.
神嘅話語令我哋喺所有嘅困苦當中都可以走出嚟。
He was free from hatred or revenge toward this boy.
係我哋呢啲所謂想報仇復恨呢啲咁嘅思想可以跳出嚟。
He had an actual, genuine love for this boy.
佢真正呢個嘅愛喺呢個年輕人嘅身上。
And he forgave him.
同埋佢真係饒恕咗呢個。
Which freed the boy from the guilt and the shame that was on him.
咁令到可以釋放呢個年青人嘅所有嘅羞愧同埋呢個罪惡當。
But it also freed the father.
同埋對於父親嚟講，你真係去釋放佢。
And this man was just one. He loved life.
呢個人係好中意生命嘅。
He could live life because he was free from all those burdens.
因為佢有將呢啲所有嘅包袱抌低嘅時候，佢可以好自由咁樣生活。
Because the righteousness of God came through him believing in Jesus Christ.
因為神嘅公義咧嚟到佢身上。
It's almost like this.
就好似咁樣。
Let me give you an example.
再俾個例子俾你哋。
You all have watched Olympics.
你有冇睇呢個奧林匹克嗰啲運動嗰啲比賽咧？
And especially the part of Olympics where we're on a track, people run around it.
尤其是嗰部分嗰啲跑嗰啲個圈度走嚟走去嗰啲咧。
What if the athletes got out on the track?
如果啲跑嘅人離開咗嗰個跑道，咁會點咧
They got down on their starter blocks.
佢就會
Ready to run.
All the way down, Bob.
I can't get down there
就係咁
for
樣，就好似咁樣。
And then the starter, he shoots the gun and they take off, right?
係咪好多人咪開槍咁，然之後 bang 咁，然之後就走嘅？
What if just as the starter is getting ready to shoot the gun,
如果佢哋就嚟要射呢個槍之前嘅時候，
an official comes out and puts a gold medal on each of those people that were going to run?
咁嗰啲咁嘅人就嚟就直接俾個金牌佢，因為連跑都未跑咧，咁會點咧？
How would they run? What would their attitude be?
咁佢哋會變成點咧？嗰啲人會有咩反應咧？
They've already won.
佢哋已經贏咗咯喎，未跑。
Wouldn't they be happy?
佢哋開唔開心？
Joyful? They got the gold
衝
medal.
咗起落，因為攞金牌喎。
That's what it's like in the Christian life.
呢個就好似基督徒嘅生命。
Believing in Jesus, you already won.
如果你相信耶穌，你就已經得勝啦。
God has provided relationship with Him. You now can just know God freely.
你就只要同神嘅關係就可以釋放咗你。
You don't have to be ashamed of things you've done, I thought.
再唔需要為你做過嘅事羞愧，
You don't have to have guilt.
再唔會有罪惡，
You don't have to have the burdens of unforgiveness.
再冇呢一個唔被饒恕嗰種咁嘅包袱喺你嘅人生裏面。
You can start becoming free from doing any evil things to other people.
所以所有做得唔好嘅事都可以被釋放出嚟。
Now you say to me, well, that's sort of unreal. That's too good to be true. Everybody gets a gold medal.
你會話冇可能嘅，點可能會咁樣咧？咁佢都攞到呢個金牌。
But think about the way that they could just run that race then freely because they don't have to compete for it.
你諗下，你根本唔需要去走咩，就唔需要比賽，你就已經有。
That's what forgiveness is like in Jesus Christ.
呢個就喺神裏邊嘅饒恕就係咁樣。
It's not like you have to do works to earn salvation.
呢個唔係因為你點樣努力去可以得到嘅救贖。
It's free.
佢係免費嘅。
If you believe.
只要你相信。
And it's just like getting the gold medal. It just seems like it's too easy.
好似頭先故事裏邊講到一個金牌就係咁容易喎。
I should have to do something to earn it.
我應該做啲嘢先有嘅啫。
That's why Paul says, the reason I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Christ.
即係好似保羅使徒咁話，我不以福音為恥。
Because in the gospel, a righteousness from God is revealed.
喺福音裏邊，因為神嘅公義係得到。
When you believe that Jesus Christ died on the cross for you,
清楚耶穌基督喺十字架上邊為我哋而死。
then God covers you.
咁神去遮蓋我哋。
And so when He looks at you, He looks at what Jesus Christ did.
佢睇你就會睇住咗神，即係耶穌基督點樣為我哋而做嘅所有嘅事。
And He also puts the Holy Spirit of God inside you.
而且將聖靈喺我哋心中。
A couple of weeks ago when I was teaching,
喺2個禮拜前，我喺做日教導嘅時候。
Part of what I tried to communicate is this thought about the Spirit of God in you.
亦都係講緊呢個神嘅聖靈喺我當中嘅。
You have a human spirit.
你有人嘅靈。
But when you become a believer, the Spirit of God comes in and unites with your spirit.
當你相信咗神之後，聖靈就會嚟到你當中，同你一齊，同你靈一齊。
And when that happens, He fills you with His presence.
當佢咁樣發生嘅時候，你就會感覺到佢存在。
See, many of the worship songs we sang today had to do with that presence, being in that presence.
就等於呢個經文裏面講到嘅神嗰個聖靈與你同在嗰個重要嘅一點。
So the Holy Spirit of God is in you.
神嘅聖靈喺當中嘅時候，係。
So that when God looks at you, He sees He sees what Jesus Christ has done.
佢就神就會見到即係耶穌基督所做嘅一切。
But He also sees the presence of the Spirit of God in you.
更加會見到呢個聖靈喺你當中。
And so therefore, He says to you in the Scriptures, you can live differently.
所以佢喺個經文裏邊講到，你就不再一樣啦。
No matter what has happened to you, you can overcome that by loving and forgiving other people.
你只係活着就係繼續去饒恕其他啲人。
But you're not doing it by your human power, but by the power of God that now lives inside you.
唔係你自己能力所做，而係聖靈喺活在你嘅生命裏邊而可以做嘅。
There's another scripture.
另外一個經文係咁講。
In Philippians, let's read this together.
我哋一齊讀啊 ，OK， 1、2、3。
這樣我親愛的弟兄，你們既是常順服的，不但我在你們那裏，就是我如今不在你們那裏，更是順服的，就當恐懼戰兢，作成你們得救的功夫。因為你們立志行事，都是神在你們心裏運行，為要成就他的美意。
So he says here, wherefore those people I love, my beloved,
佢就話我要為呢啲我親愛嘅人而做嘅。
as you've always obeyed, then what I've said, do you live this way now?
即係要信服我跟從我咁樣嚟生活嘅話咧。
He said, Paul said, not just when I'm with you, but when I'm not with you, live this way.
保羅話唔係淨係同你一齊嘅時候，就算唔同你一齊嘅時候，你都繼續咁樣生活。
So he's talking about this salvation we just talked about.
佢就係講到呢一個特別嘅救贖，佢一路講緊嘅。
He's talking about the blood of Christ cleansing you.
佢哋咁講耶穌嘅寶血去遮蓋同埋潔淨你。
He's talking about the Spirit of God being inside you.
佢講緊神嘅聖靈喺你生命裏邊，喺你活在你身當中。
It gives you a love that's beyond being human.
俾你一個愛咧，超乎咗人可以做得到。
That gives you power to live differently than normal people.
俾你能力咧係同其他嘅人嘅生活係不一樣嘅。
So that when things happen to you, you can respond differently than the human nature would respond.
如果咩事情發生嘅咧，你對呢啲事情嘅反應咧係唔係一般人嘅反應一樣？
And so here's the secret of the happy life.
呢個就係喜樂生活嘅秘訣。
So he says, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
話同你講，你將恐懼咧全部都攞走。
For God is in you, both working to change the way you will and the way you think.
神喺你當中嘅時候，就會改變你嘅思想同埋你嘅做行為。
So the secret to the happy life is it's not just up to you. God is working in you.
所以喜樂嘅秘訣咧，就唔係你點樣做，而係神喺與你同行一齊去做。
But you're learning to make choices differently now, living a more godly life.
所以你會學習到點樣去作出適當嘅抉擇，咁咧就會更開心咁樣生活落去。
So in the Bible, God tells us what He's like, His values, the way that He thinks.
喺聖經嗰度咧，神咧會告訴佢神嘅模樣、神嘅價值同埋神嘅諗法係點樣。
And He says that you can change the way you live and you think because you have the power of the Holy Spirit in you.
你可以咧做一個新改變你嘅做法同埋諗法，因為聖靈喺當中。
So it's a partnership.
係一個一齊去做嘅，
You're not in this alone.
唔係一個人去做嘅。
God is in you
神喺你當中，
to help you become what you really want.
幫你成為你想成為嘅模樣。
The way you dream about living.
你嘅夢想中點樣生活？
The things that you want to become.
你想成為嘅，
You want to do.
你想做嘅。
It says He's in you to change your will, the way that you think.
因為佢會喺你當中去幫助你改變你嘅思想。
So salvation then isn't just something that you are always striving, trying to be good, and trying to get God's pleasure and favor.
即係救贖咧，唔係話叫你咧不停咁樣憑自己嘅努力點樣做得更加好。
It's like that gold medal given.
就好似個金牌咁樣，你攞到就係咁樣。
God does require righteousness,
神咧係需要公義，
holy living.
係一個聖潔嘅一個人生。
But at the same time, He's in you,
但係同時佢喺你當中
doing things to help change you
做一啲嘢令到你改變，
that gives Him pleasure.
就令到佢自己開心。
So it's like, it seems crazy.
有啲傻傻地嘅係咪？抌起上嚟唔合理。
But see, that's the secret of the happy life.
就呢個就係呢個快樂喜樂人生嘅秘訣。
Yes, you make choices to live,
係啊，你係選擇一啲做一啲選擇，
but it's based on God's work in you.
但係基於神喺你當中而作出啲
So,
選擇。
so God does things, you do things. It's a partnership.
神咧就講你就去做嘢，你應該做嘅嘢，就係一個咁樣嘅關係，一直合作嘅關係。
I don't know about you, but I get excited when I think about that.
我每次諗起都會覺得好，
Because there's things, I've been a follower of Jesus for 57 years.
我已經跟隨咗耶穌咧57年。
There's still things that need to change in me.
我仲有好多要被改變嘅嘢。
But because of this teaching, I learned a long time ago, I don't have to be in shame and live under guilt. I don't have to live there.
就係呢個故事裏邊嗰個人嗰個教導，佢咁多年前嘅喺我生命裏邊，令到我哋而家知道唔再要為我自己嘅改變係由神帶嚟嗰個。
I still do things I don't want to do, but I do them.
我仲有做一啲我唔想做嘅嘢，我仲係做緊。
Although there's a lot of things I used to do, I don't do those anymore. I don't have to.
雖然好多以前做嘅嘢而家都冇做啦，
But I've learned not to get mad at me, not to get disappointed in Bob Fulton.
咁啊，但係我學識咗咧，再唔會去嬲自己，對自己嘅失望。
You need to learn this about your God.
你要學習呢一個。
Sometimes you are more upset at you than God is.
因為好多時候咧，你仲去upset， 係唔開心，係失望於自己做嘢，仲多過神對你嘅失望。自己對自己失望多過神嘅失望。
You hear that?
Yes.
It's called self-condemnation.
就叫自責。
A lot of times you condemn yourself, but God's saying, I've forgiven you.
有時候你自責嘅時候，神話我已經饒恕你啦。
You don't need to think that way about yourself.
你再唔需要咁樣諗對自己。
Then you start learning how to really live because you're not having those thoughts overwhelm you.
咁樣你先至可以去學習點樣去生活，因為再冇嗰啲嘢掹住你。
So the Christian secret of a happy life
呢個做咧基督徒嘅喜樂生活嘅秘訣
is that there's truth from God that is being spoken to you.
即係神嘅真理咧對你説話。
And if you believe it, it then starts becoming an active work inside you.
如果你相信神，就可以好咁喺你嘅裏邊去運作。
And then it says that this is a righteousness from God that starts taking over your life.
即係神嘅公義喺你生命當中係。
I know now when I think about approaching God in worship,
我而家知道點樣去敬拜神嘅時候咧，
He is pleased with Bob Fulton.
因為佢就會好喜悅，因為Bob Fulton
He's pleased with you.
同你哋都一樣。
You may not be pleased with you,
你自己可能唔覺得喜悅自己嘅，
but God is pleased with you.
但係神係會喜悅你。
He's trying to get you to change the way you see yourself.
佢嚟改變你點樣睇你自己。
So stop it!
停止。
Sometimes I say that I start getting those thoughts when I'm feeling guilt and shame. I have to say, stop it!
當每一次我自己有嗰種自責嗰種感覺，我就話停止。
Because the gospel is the power to live differently.
因為福音就令到我哋不一樣嘅生活改變。
And it's God inside you working with you. You're not in this alone.
因為神喺你裏面同你一齊同行，你唔係一個人咁樣去行。
So we sang this morning, shine, shine.
我哋今朝講嘅光照光照 ，shine shine。
Shine in people, shine in darkness, right?
shine 喺啲人裏面，同喺黑暗當中去光照，係咪
Good song, Sam.
？Good song， good song， 好歌啊！
But that's the truth.
呢個係事實。
See? Because shining happens as you realize you've been forgiven and you start living differently, and it happens more and more and more.
因為光喺你當中嘅時候，你發覺到你再唔一樣嘅生活，更多嘅光。
That's the Christian secret of a happy life.
呢個就係基督徒嘅喜樂生活嘅秘訣。
Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, because it's God who is at work in you, both to change your will and to bring Himself pleasure.
因為神咧就係咁奇妙，喺你當中同你同工，改變你，而最後咧神係自己開心喜悅嘅。
That is a wonderful truth from the Bible.
呢個就係咁神奇嘅信息喺聖經裏邊。
Why don't you close your eyes for a second?
我大家係眯埋眼睛，
Let these thoughts start coming on you.
等神嚟到你當中。
Like sometimes if you're in a shower, you just let the water come. It just,
就好似你沖涼嘅時候，嗰啲用嗰啲水流到你嘅頭上咁樣。
and it starts on your head, it goes down over your face.
嗰啲水一路喺你頭，一路流到你嘅面上，
And it goes down over your shoulders and your arms.
一路去到你嘅膊頭，一路去到你嘅手，
And over your upper torso.
一路咧到你嘅
And then all down your hips, your legs, down to your feet.
因為到你嘅臀部，到你嘅膝蓋同埋你嘅腳。
And is let this truth bathe you. Let it wash over you.
讓神嘅真理去洗淨你心裏邊所有嘅一切。
You can't do anything to earn salvation.
你唔可以用靠你嘅能力去做任何嘅嘢去得到呢一個救贖。
And you can't do anything to keep it.
但係你又可以，
It's all the work of God.
因為這係神嘅工作，所以你可以去領受去做呢一樣嘢。
So living the Christian life here and now is like running a race with a gold medal on you.
去做一個基督徒嘅生命，就好似頭先嗰個金牌嗰個故事一樣。
Living the Christian life here now is like running a race with a gold medal you've won.
我哋喺個基督徒嘅跑道上邊，就真係正如頭先嗰個金牌嗰個故事嗰度嗰時候一模一樣。
Let's stand up.
大家一齊起身。
So wherever you go this week, shine.
我哋去到邊度？去光照人群。
See? Shine the love of God.
用神嘅愛去光照人群。
Shine forgiveness.
去光照嗰啲未饒恕嘅。
See, be light in darkness.
做黑暗之中嘅光成為。
That's what you get to be like.
你就要成為咁樣。
And there will be things trying to stop you from thinking that way that will happen to you.
所有咧唔可以停止你有呢個思想點樣做呢樣嘢，都唔可
But
以。
you can say, stop it in Jesus' name. I'm not that way. I won't let those thoughts control my life anymore.
有任何咁嘅思想，你會同佢講話停止，唔可以俾你控制我嘅人生。
That's the truth.